Hello everyone and welcome back to my channel, and hello if you are new. My name is Michaela and today I am building, it's technically a cafe, but I kind of made it into like a cafe slash kind of like a library. I got my inspiration from this cafe that I used to go to quite a bit, and there were a lot of books in there. Like they had a bunch of bookshelves and everything, and I don't know, I just really liked it and everything. So I did kind of inspire this from a college town. Specifically, when I was studying abroad, I visited my friend who is also studying abroad but in Germany, and while she was in class I would just like go around town in everything, and it was a college town, at least I think it was. I was only there for a few days, but I remember I went to this cafe, and a lot of the buildings and whatnot in Windenburg do remind me of that town, so I just kind of inspired it like that. And I am making this for my upcoming LP that will be coming out in the next few weeks or something like that, whenever it comes out. And so that's why I wanted to go for like the book theme, because I really like reading in real life, and so obviously my sim self is going to like a reading in real life as well. And then this LP, it will be starring my sim self. I forgot to mention that. But yeah, so I just kind of make this, and this is probably the first building or build I've ever done that's been like more of like a box shape. Like it has some of like outskirts and whatnot, but I usually want to make like the most like unique thing ever, even though my builds aren't like totally unique or anything. But yeah, so this is probably the most like boxy build I've ever done, but I actually really enjoyed how it turned out and everything, which was quite surprising for me. And like my last build, if you watched my video from last Friday, I think it was, I did want to match the architecture, if I can say it right, with the other buildings in Windenburg, since this is in Windenburg, if you could not tell already, because I didn't want to place like a super like modern build in here or something that just totally looked completely out there. But yeah, so now I'm just moving on to the inside. Immediately I wanted to block off where I wanted the bathrooms to be, so I knew I wouldn't forget them. Although I do change it from 2 bathrooms to just 1 bathroom, because I felt like the space wise it worked a little bit better. And then in this little corner over here, I kind of delegate that as like where you buy your coffee and everything. And I also have some exposed brick, as well as I put this wallpaper stuff from Vampires, I think it was. And I just wanted to have it be more of like a dark themed build, which that's definitely a theme with a lot of my builds, especially with my community lots. So I'm sorry, one day I'll make a super light build or something like that, but since this is for my LP that does star my sim self, I wanted it to reflect of like who I am as a person, I guess. I don't know. Yeah, so I do change the windows a little bit just to make them match a little bit more. And then over in this little area, I might eventually make this like a bar, like seating area. And I also imagined that maybe there would just be some like extra stuff over there, like maybe some like sugar, creamer, stuff like that. That actually reminds me of a bakery near my house, probably like a couple of miles away or something, but it has like where you order and everything, and it's like a bakery slash like coffee shop, I guess. It's called a bakery, but they sell really good coffee. When I was in high school, I was convinced that I hated coffee because I don't like the taste of it like naturally, like without any sugar or anything. And my mom's never liked coffee, so I just was never around it. And then my best friend, my high school best friend, she got this really good. It was like a blended frappuccino like Oreo thing. So she had me try it, and oh my gosh, it tasted like a freaking Oreo milkshake. And ever since then, I've been obsessed with coffee. So yeah, I put the menu just above like the fridge and everything over there. It's definitely too small, I think, but I imagine that there would probably be menus like on the counter as well. I really like when coffee shops do that, just because then I could just kind of take it and then figure out what I want. Because I stress out so much when I'm trying to order something, because I'm like, okay, I'm taking too long, like the barista or waitress or whatever is getting annoyed with me, the people behind me is getting annoyed with me, even though I know that's not like completely true. Because when I was waitressing, I didn't like totally get annoyed with people. I only got annoyed with people when they would be like, yeah, I'm ready. And then I'll be like, okay, what do you want? And then they would spend like a minute, like still looking over the menu. So then I would be like, I can give you a few more minutes, like it's totally fine. And then they would make me stand there for like another 2 more minutes. And then eventually they would be like, oh, you can just come back. Like that annoyed me. Don't do that, guys. If you do that. Yeah, and then I go ahead and make, or just put some tables around, and then I actually end up deleting 2 of those small ones. I think I deleted 2 of them, because I realized I wanted an upstairs area. So I just had to kind of play around of like what I wanted, because I know I wanted the stairs to be like too wide, if that makes sense. But then in the little area on the, the right side of the stairs, I'm kind of make that like a little cozy area. Like I put this fireplace. I also put a couple of couches, and I don't know. I really like when coffee shops have like couches and like really comfy seating areas. There were, I think, 1 or 2 coffee shops in my college town that had like a bunch of comfy seating. There was only 1 coffee shop that I really went to because I just like that one a lot. But yeah, so I kind of test out with some booths and stuff, like thinking like maybe this will work, because I imagine that the corner booth would be for like a group studying area or something like that. But then I decided just to go with another couch. And I also put another bookshelf. I have just a few bookshelves on this first floor, but I do put a bunch more on the second floor. But yeah, and then I go ahead and just do some more decorating. Since this is the fireplace, I wanted to put like the brick like area behind it. I also put some more books on the fireplace itself, and then I put this really cute like I don't even know what it is, like some sort of like statue type of thing, but it has books underneath it. That one's from vampires as well. And I just put some older looking paintings around the place. I did kind of have like an older, like not per se medieval, but like an older vibe. I also put these club flags up there because I did kind of model this with a college town in mind, even though we don't have colleges or universities in The Sims just yet. But I imagine that this is in a college town, so maybe they would have like different like clubs, I guess, people coming in trying to support their own club. And then over here I put this water pitcher up here, because when you go to coffee shops and then they'll have like a water pitcher with water, because when you drink coffee you definitely need to hydrate. So I put that there, and then I go ahead and go to the debug menu, and I just put some empty water glasses, drink glasses around. Maybe there are people that are just leaving their used glasses up there or something like that. I could definitely see that happening, honestly. And then I definitely put this next to the bathroom. Probably not the most sanitary thing to do. But you know what? There was a coffee shop that I used to go to all the time when I was in Scotland. And I'm pretty sure that they had their like water pitcher set up near the bathrooms. So it's fine. If they could do it, I can do it, basically. Plus, it's a sim, so it doesn't, like, really matter. I mean, half the time my sims just bring their food and drink into the bathroom with them anyway. Like, gross, but you do you. And in the bathroom, nothing too special or anything. Just it has the toilet and the sink. And then I go ahead and put this little, like, thing up there. Like this little storage unit, and I imagine that maybe the owners of this coffee shop just put some stuff. Like I've been to a coffee shop before where they'll have like extra tampons and stuff, which is such a good idea, because sometimes that starts, and then if you don't have anything, then it's like, well, what do I do? I'm like out in public, and then you stress out. And then I just go ahead and just put some more like decorations on the walls and stuff. And then up here, I knew I wanted to have like an open like open to the bottom floor just a little bit, and it also gets rid of a lot of space because otherwise it's like, what do I do to fill all this? And then I had a little bit of trouble with the windows up here because I had like those like really cool windows at the bottom, which you can see right there, but I didn't want to put the same ones at top, so I wanted to have something that was like not as like out there, so I go with these ones, which I really liked, and I love all of the light that comes in to this little spot. And this upstairs area actually really reminds me of that coffee shop that I did go to in Scotland a lot, because they did have an upstairs area and it was really quiet, which I imagine that playing this in The Sims, Sims might not come up here as much. When I did play test this, there were tons of people downstairs. I didn't test the upstairs though. But yeah, so it reminds me of that coffee shop, and I used to go there all the time and go to like write and whatnot, because writer stuff, I guess. And then with that being said, I did put a couple of computers up here, just so, I mean, I am planning on my Sims self to come here and do some writing, but there are no laptops in The Sims, which I think there totally should be laptops in The Sims, because laptops are so like prominent to like, at least to like me and like all of my friends and like my mom and whatnot. Like when I got my desktop, my mom was like, I haven't had a desktop in years because I only use laptops now. And I definitely was like that, because laptops are like, you can bring them everywhere. And it's just so much nicer. It was really nice when I was at university, because I could bring my computer to class, which is also very dangerous because I usually would distract myself with it. And like, I remember one time, I did not like this class I was in, but it was right before I studied abroad, so I would go ahead and like buy different tickets and stuff for like stuff I wanted to go visit when I went to the UK. Don't follow that advice. That is very bad advice, especially coming from someone who is now a teacher. And then I go ahead and put these decorations on these shelves. I put like these, I think that one is like a llama, like gargoyle thing. I don't know, it also came for vampires. And then of course I had to put some more books around the area. And then just some other like random decorations and whatnot. And I also put some paintings and also that plant. And I did want to put a bunch of stuff on the wall just to kind of create more of that cozy vibe. I do really enjoy going out to places and they have a bunch of decorations on the wall. And I absolutely love that dog painting that we get from Cats and Dogs. Like, I don't get to use it a whole lot because who just has like a giant like dog painting like that? I mean, I probably would, not gonna lie. Or it would probably be cats instead of dogs. But yeah, so I get really excited when I get to use that. And then I move on to the outside area. I wanted to have some outdoor like seating area, so that way if it's like a nice day, then your Sims can go sit outside, which would be really nice. And then I had like that like awkward like empty space like next to the building, which I wasn't quite sure what to do with, but I figured out something, because I do really like the size that this cafe turned out. I don't think I needed it to be like any bigger or anything. So what I do is I put this little statue, which I'm just about to find. Yeah, right there. And this one was definitely giving me European vibes. I think it's because when I was in Europe, I walked everywhere, so I noticed so many more things. But I remember seeing like a bunch of statues of like historical people and everything. So I go ahead and like put that there. And I imagine that this isn't like really part of the cafe. It just happens to be part of this lot. And then I also just put some more seating and whatnot. But yeah, and that's just about the end of this video. Thank you guys for watching. Please subscribe if you're not already. Please give this video a big thumbs up. Please comment and do all of those fun things. And I will see you all in my next video. Bye guys!